Hello, I'm Gideon from Fiesta Youth, and this is the Richard Wilmore Show. On today's show, live music from Joyann Parker and actor Xavier Vanderblue. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door. It's the Richard Wilmore Show.
And now, here's Richard.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gideon, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We finally got our heater in that we ordered before the big freeze yesterday. So we're enjoying it now.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
Tell everybody what Fiesta Youth is and what you do over there.
Absolutely. We are a support group for youths between the ages of 12 to 18 in one of our groups and 18 to 22 post high school in another group. And we just give them a chance to socialize with their peers, find people who share their experiences. And then we also bring in adults from the community, either as speakers or volunteers, so the youths can have a mentorship and see role models in the community and envision themselves having success.
Ooh, I love that. And what do you do there?
I'm the youth facilitator, so I oversee development of the programming, and I also facilitate the programming, of course. So I'll be sort of the MC if we have open mic night or trying to teach them to fold origami. It's a wonderful job. It's the best job I've ever had.
Don't you love that? When you can say that and say it confidently?
Absolutely. It feels great.
Yes. So, of course, we have to talk about what you're doing during COVID and how all of those programs are working. I'm sure you're virtual like everybody else in the world.
Yes, we are. We run Zoom support group nights on Mondays for our 18 to 22 block, 6:30 to 8:30, and on Tuesdays for our 12 to 18-year-old block, also 6:30 to 8:30. We also have a 24-hour server for our young adults and a 10 to 10 server for our youth group.
Wow, y'all are busy over there.
We sure are, but it's worth it.
Yes, of course. And you have a fundraiser coming up in June that I want you to talk about.
Yes, midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It's our big fundraiser. We're certainly hoping that we can have it in person this year. Last year, of course, there was COVID and we had to cancel. So like so many nonprofits and so many businesses, this has been a difficult year. Yeah. A lot of our fundraising events were in person, and shifting to virtual has made it more difficult to raise money. So we're really counting on the community helping us help the youths to continue to have their programming.
I love that. And it's June 19th, hopefully at the San Antonio Botanical Gardens, if we can be in person. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. How can people get involved and get a hold of you?
So you can go to our website, Fiesta Youth, fiesta-youth.org. There we have our volunteer applications. We have our youth registration forms for all of our different support group meetings. We also have our little donate button. If that is the way that you can help us out, we absolutely appreciate that. You can also find us on Instagram at Fiesta Youth, at Fiesta Youth YA, and at Fiesta Youth _Corpus, or on Facebook, Fiesta Youth.
I love it. And the Instagram and Facebook right down there at the bottom of your screen. Gideon, thank you so much for jumping on this morning and hanging out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime. Gideon, check out Fiesta Youth, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll
Take
see you
care.
later.
Stay safe.
All right. Let's start. Okay, this is the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is turn on music. So when I do this show, I love starting it with music. And I have to tell you that I feel like I'm a little nervous to have our music guest on today. I've known her for like 30 years. And because we grew up in the same little small town in northern Wisconsin. And she has an amazing album called Out of the Dark. And because I'm going to pretend I'm special, but I got a signed copy of it. No big deal. And I listen to it all the time, I swear. And it's such a great album. Like, I kind of get goosebumps that she's here today. And I'm probably going to like freak her out. She's going to be like, oh, we know each other. Stop doing that. But I want to introduce you to Joyann Parker. Hi, Joyann.
Good morning.
I'm oddly nervous to talk to you. Isn't that weird?
It's a little weird, but
I feel like there's pressure. And you're here with Mark. Tell everybody who Mark is.
This is Mark Lemoyne. He is my songwriting partner, business partner, guitar player, driver, whatever I need him.
Coffee maker.
She intimidates me every day too. Don't worry about it.
I do not let him make the coffee. Absolutely.
Oh, he's bad at it? We cannot have that. I'm so sorry, Mark. You've been demoted. It's a very important role of the day. What are you singing for us this morning? And
We're going to sing a cut off the record, Either Way. Today.
Right. I'm going to get out of your way.
Yeah, all right.
So you can do this. This is the album I'm going to show again. Out of the Dark. Have at it.
All right.
Oh.
Do you want me? I ask. Such a simple question. What to say? Do you want me? I ask. Could go either way. Do you need me? I ask. He only turned away. Such a simple question could go either way. I am spinning in a whirlpool, going round and round and round, going down. And he ain't got nothing left to say. Either way. Do you love me? I cry. Now his eyes met mine. Such a simple question. Well, yes, I expect there was a time could go either way.
I was trying to add myself to the screen and all hell's breaking loose. Joy, I mean, come on. Like, that's what she sounds like sitting in the living room. Can you imagine what she sounds like when you're out seeing her? We're going to take a quick break and talk to Joy. The CD is Out of the Dark. We will be right back right after this.
Balls. Funny name, serious plant power. Healthy, whole food goodness in one single bite. Wineria SA. Let's enjoy some great vino together. Let's do a virtual wine tasting, enjoy exclusive artisan wines, and join the club. Neon Castaway. Handmade accessories for a colorful life. Teenus. Handcrafted, farm to cup, organic, quality. The Classic Theater, creating excellent theater in San Antonio, Texas that is relevant, diverse, entertaining, and transformative.
We are back with Joyann Parker and Mark, the CD Out of the Dark. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh my gosh, I just love it. Mark, where did you grow up?
Oh, Rochester, Minnesota, and St. Paul. But I have all kinds of extensive family relations in this weird state that I now live in. My family is from Barron County, Wisconsin.
Oh.
I'm related to just about everybody over there.
Well, yeah, yes. Part of the problem.
We're north of Highway 8 now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why you leave. Joy, so Joyann and I grew up in the same little town of, like, you know, depending on the years, like 600 people. Yeah. And how did that shape you to become what you've become?
Well, I just moved back to a small town in Wisconsin, which is interesting. I think I found I think it's, you know, I have kids and stuff, and, you know, I realized that growing up in that town was good for, I mean, you and I had a bunch of good times, and our parents would run around, and they didn't know where we were until we came home at 10 o'clock at night.
Right. But they knew we were safe. Yes.
Right. So I kind of wanted that for them. So I think that's kind of grounding, and I don't really know. I didn't really start doing that, you know, like what I'm doing now until about 8 years ago. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought about that before. I suppose, you know, a lot of my experiences that are in my songs, you know, from my teen years on up are in there. But I just think that whole thing just gave me, living in that town just gave me a sense of community. I love that part. I found the good parts of it now that I'm 42. Yeah. And I can look back and say, yeah, there was a lot of parts I didn't really like when I was a kid, but now I can see a lot of the benefits of being in a community like that. Yeah. You know, people care for your kids and you, and, you know, we'll talk about you later, but at least they're there for you when you need them.
Right.
So
this is true. There's about to be a cat that walks across here.
5 cats. I'm good with that.
You can have her. If she makes her way over here, she loves being on camera. She's like 17. She's blind, and she doesn't really care what I need or want from her. There she is in the corner. So I didn't really know growing up that musical side of you. Like, when did you fall in love with music and songwriting, and how come we weren't doing that when we were playing games in my yard?
I don't know. I mean, I've been singing since I was 2. I think my mom did the music down at the church in town, and I think the first time I ever sang there was I was 2. Piano lessons when I was 4. And so I've always been, you know, I was basically the town wedding and funeral singer the whole time I was there. But I didn't start writing until 8 years ago or so, 7 years ago. So I just never thought I could do it. You know, I went to school for music. I went to school to be a band director. And I thought I was going to teach. And then I just kind of fell into this cover band that I was in. And then I ran into a guy one night at one of the jams in town, and he said, "Oh, you're a really great singer. Do you write?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Why not?" He goes, "You're a woman. You should have plenty of things to write about." I was like, "Oh, I should try that. Maybe I can." And then I just did. And then I'm still really insecure about it, I think, because I always think, this is it. This is going to be the last song I ever write. Nothing else good is going to ever come out of me. Because I'm not like a prolific writer. I'm not like somebody who sits and writes all the time. I kind of write in spurts or when something hits me. So
like a train.
I mean, I feel like this album hit me I was shocked. Like I can't even tell you how good this album is. And I'm sure you've heard it, and you put it out. You wouldn't have put it out not thinking it was good, but you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. We're very happy with it. And it was on Billboard last week.
I know, number 11. Come on.
I know. Crazy.
What was that like?
I still don't know that I've processed it. I was like, "Hey, Mark, we're on Billboard this week." I mean, you get a little email from the people at Billboard saying, "Your record might chart next week. I need some more information." And I got that like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, and it didn't happen. So I was like, well, that's not happening. And then, so I didn't even know it was on there until this friend of mine who's a publicist wrote me and said, you know, you're on Billboard this week, right? I went, no. No, I didn't know that. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I think I'm still processing a little bit. Like, that's my face on the Billboard.
Yeah.
So
one time I was on a billboard, but I had to pay for it myself. So it's different, but it was still very exciting to see it.
Exciting either way. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you and Mark meet and start working together? How did that come about?
8 years ago.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Yeah. Yeah, about 8 years ago, the first band I was in was a cover band, and our guitar player actually moved out of state. And so we just kind of asked around to see if anybody knew of anybody that might be looking for a slot in the band. And he auditioned. He says it's because he likes to tell the story that the drummer at the time's dog, that he was the only one that came that the dog liked.
I mean,
that's how he got the job. But
dogs are really good personality checks.
They are, yeah. So he got the job, and we kind of figured we just had like an instant connection with each other, like musically, and just he kind of got me into playing guitar, and we just had a connection, and then I've been stuck with him ever since. Can't get rid of him now. It's too late.
Literally, he's just on the couch with you all the time.
Yeah.
Guitar ready to go. And
he moved over here. I mean, I can't.
All you do is ask.
Yeah, no, we so 8 years or so we've just been we write together, and like he wrote Either Way. That's actually his song. He wrote years ago though. We redid. So yeah.
I like to say that song really didn't exist until she sang it.
I mean, she can bring life to anything, really.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, what is for both of you? What's the songwriting process like? Like, what do you love about it now that you do it?
For me, like I said, it's more like I described it a couple times in some interviews as a toddler coming and pulling on your shirt and saying, "Write me now, now," and then I just have to write it. So sometimes if stuff just hits me, I have a bunch of different things that I do actually. The ones that I feel the best about are the ones that kind of come out all at once like that, because I go, that was inspiration. That's a good song. I have been trying more often to write just sitting down and coming up with ideas and things like that. Those, I've come up with some good songs that way, but they don't feel as like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a few different things I've been trying out, because you're constantly trying to push yourself, right? You're thinking like, can I write a song from a word? Can I write a song from a picture? Like, what can I do? So I've been trying different things. I don't know. How's it for you?
I'm really much more of a collaborator. Joy comes up with some wonderful things, and I feel the need to tweak or to add or to change around. There are some guitar riffs in some of the songs that were mine, but the idea for the song is hers. There are lines in some of the songs that just hit me. For instance, we have a song from the old album, from the previous album, called "Your Mama," and I contributed a verse to that, which is just funny.
Well, he came up with the last line in
Yeah.
Dirty Rotten Guy, for example.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was stuck. So I'll go, here's the song, but I can't come up with this last line.
When I come up with stuff on my own, I'm too wordy. I'm too much of a poet. I'm much more Dylan or Springsteen than I am Joyann Parker.
He's got some good songs, like, and then I kind of do that for him. I'll kind of say, let's cut some of this out, like, you know, some of this fat out, and you know. So we work well together. We fight. We fight too, but whatever.
But
I mean, you can't just have yes people around you. You know, you gotta. Yeah, that's part of the creative process too. Is figuring it out.
Yeah.
So you're not Bruce Springsteen, Joyann, but you're definitely Patsy Cline.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you sell out shows all the time. Can you talk about that? Like where your love for her came from? It's not anything that nobody doesn't not love Patsy Cline, but when did you fall in love with her, and where did that whole concept come from?
Very new. You know, we just hit our 3-year anniversary of that show on the 25th. And you know, I didn't start listening to Patsy until late in my life, because I kind of, it's like a natural progression from exploring all the blues stuff to kind of getting into country music, because it's all related. And I just, you know, I think when you're young, you're like, classic country, that's so stupid. It's so boring. You don't, because you don't get it. You know what I mean? You just don't get it. And so when I started listening to it, I went, whoa, she's a blues singer, you know? And so I really thought, I think I could do that, because we have the same vocal range, and you know, it's blues. And I thought, you know, everybody has been doing all these tribute shows, right? Like everywhere I go, I see there's a tribute to the Eagles, everybody's got tribute shows. And there was a big, actually, it's very contentious, like whether musicians should do these things or not. You know, like we should be creating new music. We should be doing, you know, we shouldn't be doing. People are like, but I'm making money. I'm a music, you know. So I really just wanted to do it. I had gone to a show. There's a beautiful club here that we play all the time called Crooners, and they have a sweet little room in the back that is small. I was in there for a show, and I went, this room is so cool. I would love to do a show in here, but we didn't have it fit. And I said, oh, what about a Patsy Cline tribute? And I just approached the owners and went, would you be open to that? And they said, sure, because they know me, they trusted me. And I'd never sung this stuff before in my life. But we just got together, got the band together, and you know, at the time, bass player and drummer were country, you know, they had been in a country band, so everybody kind of knew it. So we just did it, and we thought we'd do it a couple times, and then it just started selling out. And you know, I tell the story of her life and some stories behind the songs in there too. So it's more of an experience rather than just sitting and listening to music.
It's a theater show.
Yeah, it's kind of a theater show, and people loved it. You know, and that's my, you know, my music teacher side of me gets to teach a little bit. So I liked telling the story, and people just kept coming, and they still come. I mean, last night we had another almost full room again last night. You know, full capacity, but you know, I mean, people are out, and I mean, it's been a hit. You know, and we still like doing it. We're still having fun doing it. You know, it evolves a little bit. It's never the same exact show, because you know, I don't memorize what I'm going to say, you know, so it's always fun and interactive, and it's just, and I think it just speaks to the legacy of her music. How a lot of young people there last night. Like last night, I was shocked. There were like lots of people in their 30s, and I was like, "This is awesome." Normally, it's like, you know, 60 and up.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is really great. I had to comment on it, because there were 4 tables of people in their 30s in front of me, which that doesn't normally happen at a Patsy Cline show.
And they were into it.
They loved it. Yeah. But I think that retro vibe, you know what I mean? Like, since people love the retro stuff so much, like that's kind of it's in again, and they're kind of finding it again.
What's also scary is that we're now at that age where we think young, like 30s are young. You said young people in their 30s.
It is. That's very young.
Yeah. They're babies now. They're babies. How has COVID affected you? I'm assuming a lot of writing for this album came during that time, the creation of that, but I know you stopped touring. You're everywhere all the time. I don't know how you sleep. Or when you sleep.
And I'm homeschooling my kids now too. Well, actually, because the record was supposed to be done in June. So everything was already ready to go. I did end up writing Out of the Dark, the title track, while we were shut down because we were shut down. And I actually didn't plan on having a title track. So that song came while we were shut down. So that's good. That was a good thing that came out of it because I love that song. I think it's really important to the record. So that was good. I mean, we did some live stream stuff at the beginning. I literally couldn't play my own music. I just was emotionally shut down. I didn't write. I didn't do anything. I was like, let's focus on the kids. Let's just do the important things.
Yeah.
So we did live streams, but we did request shows and old school gospel stuff. We did something completely different. So we did 2 shows a week, and just to do something because the music is my therapy. Yeah. I mean, so we did that, and then once the weather got nice and we could be outside again, we did gigs in the summer, and then of course everything shut down again. And we did what we could. We would go play, and then we would not play for a couple months. It's just been weird. It's just been a weird time. I don't feel creative because like I said, I was taking care of my kids and trying to teach and do all these things. I don't have time to be creative. I need some brain space. I didn't have any bandwidth left. So I haven't. I wrote a few things in the summer, but I'm hoping that I'll get to write some more now when the kids are done with school and stuff. But you can only do so much. You got to be easy on yourself.
This is true. This is so true.
Yeah.
You have been. I saw the list of your upcoming performances. Can you tell everybody where you're going to be in the coming weeks? Because you're very busy.
I am very busy. Yeah, it's going to be busy. So we are in town here. We're in Minneapolis. This weekend we have we sold out our first 2 release shows for the record, so they added another. So Friday night we are in Minneapolis at Crooners again. And then we actually got hired to do our gospel show, which Luke thinks we're going to do that this weekend in Wisconsin over here at a resort over in Holcomb, which is a gorgeous area. And then we're going to Iowa this month on the 27th. We're going to be in Des Moines at Noche doing a release show. And then next month we'll be in Omaha doing a release show, I think the second weekend of April. So we've got some tour dates coming up. And then summer hits. And I've been getting, since the CD is doing so well, I've been getting a bunch of inquiries, people.
I'm just saying that Texas loves music.
I would love to come to Texas. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Once things, get back to normal and, I can get booking again, we definitely will get back on the road.
I love it.
Yeah.
How can people best support you right now?
Anything you buy at joyannparker.com comes to me, and not just Spotify or iTunes or anything like that. You can get a digital copy of the record right there if you want to do digital, don't want to do CD. You can get the digital copy there, or you can buy a CD. You can use it for a coaster for your coffee. They work really good. If you don't have it there. Yeah. You're using yours right now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. It's also a great cat toy. You throw it and then I chase it. Yes.
Yeah, you can use it as a frisbee.
Yes.
But yeah, and I have posters and T-shirts and stuff for sale on there. Or go on Spotify before you go to bed and hit repeat play and just let it play all night long.
Go.
But yeah.
Do you ever sit back and you have posters and you have physical albums and you have this whole life? Do you ever just sit back and take it in?
Well, not really.
Not yet.
It's so weird because I do this because I love it. You know what I mean? And attention for me, I like attention because it gets the people to buy the record. I get to do shows. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'm like, I just go, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, this is a lot, because it just is, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes, but I just am riding the wave. You know what I mean? As long as it's still going, we'll just ride it. And I just want to play music and share it with as many people as possible. So
I love it. You have a present for someone viewing today. Yes?
I do?
Yeah. I don't know. You wrote it in your form.
Oh, did I? Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
It's a digital copy of your album.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She had a show last night, everyone.
I did, and I'm
very tired.
I've already taught science and a couple other things this morning. So we can do a giveaway of that.
All right. Well, we're gonna pick it right now. This is the crown of. I was prom king.
Yes, you were. Oh my God, there it is.
And I stole it. And Mr. Earhart said, "What are you doing? I need that back for next year." And I said, "No, you don't. I am prom king. I'm taking this. You need to get a new one." And I stole it. and it's lived with me ever since. So this is the crown of giveaways. If you like, share, love the show, whatever, you get put in here. And then every week we pick someone to win something. And who is going to win a copy of Joyann's album? It's Constanza Ryder.
Yay! Fantastic. I will email. Do you have an email for that person?
I do.
Okay, then you just send it to me and I will email them a copy.
I love it. Joyann Parker, the album is Out of the Dark. Make sure you go get it. Thank you so much for jumping on this morning.
So good to see you.
You too. Go back to class now.
All right. Yes.
We'll be right back with Xavier Vanderblue.
Lick Honest Ice Creams. Know what you're licking, y'all. Made in Austin, Texas since 2011. Unique flavors inspired by what's in season locally. Go Vegan San Antonio, a vegan comfort food truck located at The Block in San Antonio. Rebel Designs, handcrafted sterling silver jewelry designed by Shelley, inspired by nature. The right fit, style, makeup, and fitness, taking the stress out of getting dressed.
We are back. Hi, Xavier.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Sure. Thanks for coming on. What do most people call you?
Most people just call me Blue for short because Vanderblue is like a long last name, so they just call me Blue for short.
When did that start?
Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to have like a blue afro and a blue flat top. So everybody just like they saw the color blue and they just like ran with it. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm blue now.
You could be called worse things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you grow up in San Antonio?
No, I'm actually from Detroit, Michigan. I was born in El Paso, but I spent most of my life in Detroit, Michigan. And then I came here to San Antonio around my junior year of high school. So it's about a good 50-50 split between San Antonio and Detroit.
You've been here ever since. And you studied here? You studied acting here?
Yes. I studied acting here. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, one of the things that I was shocked by kind of when I moved here is the amount of art here and talented people. What is your perception of acting here? It's a huge industry here.
Acting is a really huge industry, and it's going to continue to get bigger. A lot of people hang out at Alamo City Studios. It's a good hub to collaborate, with like-minded people. One big thing about acting, I feel like a lot of people sometimes they get into it for the wrong reasons. They feel like if they just get into the right show or on the right movie, they're going to make this multi-million-dollar deal or something like that and just be rich tomorrow. But that's not really how it works. So if we have more people that are actually into the creative side of it and actually want to do it for the skill of it, then it's more of a beautiful thing, and that's what most people actually appreciate. So I wish there was a little bit more people that would do that.
When did you fall in love with acting?
I want to say my senior year in high school because that's when I was doing my main coaching and acting classes and all that stuff. I had a coach named Mr. Berger, and he was with me dang near every single day. He was trying to teach me the ropes, and I want to say he was a big influence on what I'm doing now, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be as good as I am, and two, I wouldn't really know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. So I want to give a lot of credit to Mr. Berger and a lot of credit to Miss Tafoya, because she was the one that helped me in college.
What have you learned the most from them, or since it all started?
The biggest thing is, that they taught me was improvisation. Of course, there's a script that's going to be there to give you more of a guideline as to what you're supposed to say and what you're supposed to do. But everybody reads something in a different way. Like if you give me a paragraph right now, like I'd read it completely different than how you would read it, right? And that's not a bad thing. So you need to take advantage of who you are as a person and, portray the message in your own way. And that's something that they taught me how to do.
I love that. That's so true. Let's talk about Lady Lawman, the film. What did you do in that film, and what was that like making it?
So I was one of the supporting roles, and I was an outlaw inside that film, which is weird for me because I've seen very few Black people in Western films altogether. But, it was a challenge for me, and I accepted it. It was really good. Lady Lawman is mostly about a woman that's trying to become a sheriff in that time. And, of course, that's not a very common thing. Most sheriffs back in that time were either older men or younger men, and the town didn't respect her, and she had to learn how to pretty much become a sheriff. So that's the main aspect of the movie. That comes out in April of 2021. So it's right around the corner. I hope everybody enjoys it, and it was really fun.
Is there going to be like April is next month already, it's March.
Yeah.
And with COVID, is there going to be like a premiere or anything, or do you know?
That I'm not too sure about, but if there is, I'll follow up with you.
Okay,
As soon
good.
as I know, I'll let you know.
Okay, good. And then what about Dream Chasers?
Dream
TV, film,
Chasers.
this guy's everywhere.
So Dream Chasers Television, that's a company that I actually started myself. So I wanted to kind of help people that wanted to become like actors, models, and all that, because that's stuff that I've done before, right? So we're offering headshot photography, we're offering acting classes, model training, and of course it's just another collaboration hub that's centered in Alamo City Studios as well
Okay.
too. So anybody that's interested in acting, modeling, anything like that, let me know. I can definitely help you out.
I love that you've sort of created something to give back, like oftentimes people create stuff because it's something they needed that they couldn't find themselves. So
Right.
I love that you've put that together for people. It's kind of a one-stop shop.
Yeah, because I feel like I've done a lot in my career, like, but there's no need for me to hold on to everything and just keep it for myself. If there's somebody that wants to follow in my footsteps or trying to get to the next level, like if I can help them, I will. So that's one of the main reasons why Dream Chaser Television exists.
I love that. What is the best way for people who do want to reach out to you?
The best way right now would be on Instagram or Twitter at xvblue12, or you could reach out to me via email at info@wearedctv.com.
I love it. What are you working on now? Anything coming up in this COVID world that you're able to get out and do stuff?
Well, right now everything is transitioning into a remote environment, which makes it a little bit harder to do what I'm doing. I'm trying to work on getting a magazine done right now, a
Oh, wow.
magazine in the calendar, and then we're also trying to work on a short film. So it's doing a whole bunch of writing, and since we're all trapped inside right now, I have nothing but time to just write out the scripts and stuff like that. So I'd say by the end of the year, we should have a pretty good grip on where we're headed and what we're trying to do, and then you're going to start seeing content rolling out very quickly.
Well, good. Then we can book you back. And anytime you have stuff coming up, let us know. And I'd be happy to have cast members on or anybody you need.
Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Xavier Vanderblue, thank you so much for jumping on this morning.
Hey, no problem. Thank you again for having me, and I hope you have a good one.
You too. We will be right back, everyone.
Lick Honest Ice Creams. Know what you're licking, y'all. Made in Austin, Texas since 2011. Unique flavors inspired by what's in season locally. Go Vegan San Antonio, a vegan comfort food truck located at The Block in San Antonio. Rebel Designs, handcrafted sterling silver jewelry designed by Shelley, inspired by nature. The right fit, style, makeup, and fitness, taking the stress out of getting dressed.
All right, I'm back. Winnie's back. It's the end of the show. I want to thank everybody for watching, for coming on today, we've got comments about how great of a show it was and how great of a performance it was. If you want to support the show, there's an very easy way to do that, and you can become a coffee sponsor. You just go to buymeacoffee.com/Rich Wilmore Show, and you buy me a coffee, and it helps send out, if we had physical things to give away to our crown of giveaways, it helps everything. Everything you see here is because of coffee sponsors. So I want to thank all of our coffee sponsors, and you will see them at the end of the show in the credits. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. It's March. Don't forget to pay your rent, and we will talk to you later. Have a great day.
It's the Richard Wilmore Show.